I just want to talk for a few minutes today about this new technique that a lot of teachers are using. It's called flipping your classroom. Basically, what this is maximizing the time to work with the kids. As class sizes get bigger, class times get smaller, this gives us more time to work directly with the kids. Now think about it. Normally what we do as teachers is during the class we'll teach a lesson or a concept. We then assign homework, and the idea of homework is to reinforce the stuff that you learned in class. Flipping the classroom is just the opposite. Flipping the classroom is we teach the lesson outside of school, outside of the classroom, and then inside the classroom we practice applying it. That gives us more time working directly with the kids. Now, how do you teach a class outside of school? Just like this, with the video. We're flipping the classroom right here. One thing that you might be asking is, okay, really, what's the purpose of flipping the classroom? Why is that? And think of it this way. It's a recording of the notes. It's a recording of your lecture. It's a recording of your class time. It's a recording of the information you want the kids to know. They have the control and can watch it as much as they want. They can pause, rewind, rewatch, fast forward, whatever. If they need to re-listen to a concept, they can back up and listen to it again. This is not intended to tell the kids you no longer have to take notes. They should still take notes. They take notes on the video, not necessarily in the classroom. And then that gives you time in the classroom to focus on what do the notes mean, what was the concept about, and applying those ideas. There's several common approaches. One is called a screencast, and basically a screencast is a video of what appears on your computer screen. This little video right here, I'm running through a PowerPoint. This is a screencast. You don't see my face, you hear my voice, you see what's coming up on the screen. You can also flip the classroom with a video made with either a webcam or a phone. The stuff that you need is pretty simple. You need a computer. You need the software. I'm going to talk about that in a second. And you need either a webcam or a phone or something, or a microphone. Like for this, I have an external microphone connected. Okay, let's look at the screencast software first. There's several free programs available. If you just Google screencast software, Screencast-O-Matic, Jing, these are free software packages available. They come up. Sometimes with these packages, they have time limits on them. You're limited to 5 or 10 minutes, or it has like a little watermark. It has like Screencast-O-Matic down in the corner, unless you buy the official version. Now, if you buy it, it's typically not that much, $15 or something like that. But if you are like me and you don't like to pay the price, then that's not the right way to go. These are easy to use. It's kind of hard to explain. If you want to use one of these things, let me know and we can look at it. But they really are very easy to use. One process that you already have, if you have a smartboard or the smartboard softboard, or a smartboard software, is there's a recorder option already on it, and it's already on your computer, and it's really easy to use. And I'm gonna go through that process in just a second. With a screencast, you do need an external microphone, unless there's a way, if you're doing this on a laptop that has a microphone on it, an external microphone picks up the sounds, picks up your voice a little bit easier. Okay, if you're using the smartboard recorder, I'm going to step through the process and then show you what I mean. Actually, let me get out of this. And the smartboard recorder is how I made this presentation. Basically, if you go down here to the smartboard icon in the tray, and you click on it. It doesn't matter if you right click or left click, and you want to choose recorder. Now, when you do that, what comes up is this little window right here. And you can see that I'm already recording. That's what I'm using it. This button is normally red. That's your record button. Pause and stop. You can pause it and then resume the recording, or when you stop it, a Windows Media file would be created, and then you just save it, and that's your video. Excuse me. So let me go back to where I was. One of the problems with Smartboard, and I don't know if this is on all the computers or just mine, it eats up some memory, and so it really slows down the computer, and I typically get an error message. So once I start it up, I get a little problem. Once I work through it, everything is fine. If you use a webcam or a phone, this is good if you need to show equipment or something that you really necessarily can't show just on the computer. I do a lot of pre-lab briefings. The day or a couple days before a lab, I'll make a video, kind of walk through what the lab is with the kids. They have to watch it on their own. That saves me 5-10 minutes of time in the classroom from doing the same thing for each class. Gives them more time to work on the lab. They could also watch the video during the lab if they have some additional questions. And excuse me. Now, if you use a webcam or a phone, this works best if someone is holding the phone, the webcam, running it, that type of thing. So you are going to need some help. With a screencast, you can do it by yourself. Using a phone, you obviously need some help doing it. You don't need a microphone, because usually the camera or the phone has the built-in microphone. And of course, it saves it as a usable file. Now, I'm going to cut away and give an example of how I do a little pre-lab briefing with a webcam or phone.
Okay, this is a little introduction about the force table lab that we're going to do in a couple of days. This is all the stuff you need. This is the force table. You need to pick up 4 of these pulleys.
So once you make your video, you have to make it accessible to your students. And so it needs to be posted. I typically post things on YouTube. I used to post things on the school's website. And the things that I used to post are these videos. Now I'm using Dropbox, which is something else we can talk about later. And so I'll put a copy of the video in Dropbox. But YouTube is usually also done. One thing you need to be aware of when you post the video is that you do need to give your students time to watch the video. You can't post a video on a Monday night and expect them to come in Tuesday to have watched it. That's simply not going to happen. And so you need to post it several days in advance. If they don't have a home computer, then where they're going to have to watch it is in the media center, which is why, because there's sometimes restrictions on YouTube, I put it in either the school's website or I'll use my Dropbox. I give them several alternative routes to get to it. In case they do have to watch it at school, there's some restrictions there. But you do need to watch out for this. Typically, if we have a lab on Friday, I will post the lab video by Wednesday night. And then I send out a Remind 101 to all the kids saying it's posted. Now, bling. Yeah, I know. I'm so hip. Basically, you just don't have to take the video that's created. A lot of times there's some editing I want to do, take out some statement. If I said something wrong and I want to redo it, I'll take that out. I do some editing. In Windows Movie Maker, if you have a Macintosh, the iMovie, very simple, easy to use programs where you can include titles, captions, credits. The beginning, the title on here, this was made with Movie Maker. And so the title was done at the beginning. That is because of Movie Maker. These programs are easy to work with. It just takes a little bit of practice. Now, that's all I really have for you. I don't have anything more. I'm not getting into a whole lot of detail. Basically, if you have some questions, let me know. I'd be glad to sit down with you, but instead of going through the training and making you sit through training that you might not want to hear, I wanted to give you this first to introduce it to you. If you're interested in doing it, let me know. We can sit down and talk. Thanks.